Hello everyone and welcome to Wingler. Today, Prabhat and I are diving into a major shift in India's tax system, GST 2.0, effective 22nd September 2025. We will break down the changes, who benefits, and the overall economic impact.
Hi Neerja, and a warm welcome to our listeners. GST 2.0 is a big deal, and we are here to make sense of it all in plain English. Ready to get started?
Absolutely, Prabhat. Let's start with the core changes. The biggest is the simplification of tax slabs. Previously, we had 4 rates: 5%, 12%, 18%, and 28%.
Right. Now, it's mainly 5% and 18%, with a new 40% slab for luxury and sin goods. This means everyday essentials like food, toiletries, and medicines will likely be cheaper.
Exactly. Small cars, some electronics, and home appliances are also expected to see price reductions. But premium clothing above 2,500 rupees and luxury items will see higher taxes or remain in the higher tax bracket.
Beyond the rate changes, there are structural improvements. The aim is to reduce complexity in classifying goods, leading to fewer disputes and smoother compliance with better refund mechanisms.
So, what does this mean for people? Consumers should have more disposable income and reduced price shocks from the simplified system. Businesses will have lower costs and easier compliance.
For the government, there's a revenue sacrifice, but the hope is that increased consumption will compensate. Plus, inflation control and growth of the formal economy are key goals.
Let's look at some numbers. GDP growth is projected around 6.3% to 6.8% this year, and GST reforms might offset the negative impact of US tariffs. The expected revenue loss is around 48,000 crore rupees annually, but agencies like FIT say this is manageable.
And inflation could potentially drop by up to 1.1 percentage points for affected goods. In the long term, the simpler tax system and boosted consumption could lead to significant growth.
To illustrate, a small petrol car could see a tax drop from 28% to 18%, saving buyers money. Household staples could shift from 12% or 18% to 5%. However, luxury goods will likely see increases.
But like any reform, there are risks. Businesses might not fully pass on the savings, the government needs to manage the revenue loss effectively, and inflation in input materials could be an issue.
Looking ahead, the next 3 to 5 years could see faster growth in India's consumer market, with more formalization and inflation stability. It's a big change, with both opportunities and challenges.
That's a great summary, Neerja. In short, GST 2.0 is a significant reform aiming for a simpler, more efficient tax system. It's all about balancing economic growth with consumer welfare.
Thanks for listening to Wingler. Visit optivii.com for more innovative products. Join us next time as we delve into the impact of GST 2.0 on specific sectors. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wingler. I'm Nirja Expressive, and with me as always is Prabhat. Prabhat, ready to dive into the complexities and hopefully the simplicities of GST 2.0?
Hi Neerja, and hello listeners. Absolutely. I think a lot of people are curious about this, and frankly, a little confused. Let's clear things up.
Exactly. So, as we discussed last time, GST 2.0, effective 22nd September 2025, is a significant overhaul of India's goods and services tax system. We have already touched upon the key changes: the simplification of tax slabs from 4 to primarily 2, 5% and 18%, with the addition of a 40% slab for luxury items.
Right. And remember, the goal isn't just about simpler math. It's about making things fairer for consumers, more efficient for businesses, and ultimately, healthier for the economy. It's a balancing act.
That's the crux of it. Let's unpack some specifics. We talked about everyday items becoming cheaper: food, toiletries, medicines. But let's delve deeper. What if I'm buying groceries for my family? How might GST 2.0 impact that?
Good point. Imagine a family's monthly grocery bill. If staples that used to be in the 12% or 18% brackets now fall into the 5% bracket, that's a significant saving. It might not sound like much per item, but it adds up over time, putting more money back in their pockets.
And that extra money? It's disposable income. They can spend it on other things, potentially boosting other sectors of the economy. It's like a ripple effect.
Precisely. And this isn't just about families. Think about the impact on businesses, especially smaller ones. Reduced tax burdens translate into lower input costs, making their products more competitive.
And what about the potential downsides? We hinted at some challenges. Businesses might not fully pass on the savings to consumers, leaving consumers feeling cheated, right?
True. That's a risk. Another is the government's revenue. Lower tax rates mean less revenue. They need to manage this carefully without impacting vital public services. Balancing the books with efficient tax collection will be essential.
And there's also the issue of inflation in input materials. If the cost of raw materials remains high despite the GST reduction, the benefits for businesses and consumers will be lessened.
Absolutely. It's a multifaceted challenge. The success of GST 2.0 depends on careful implementation and monitoring and the cooperation of various stakeholders. We'll have to wait and see how things unfold over the next few years.
That's a great summary, Prabhat. In short, GST 2.0 is a bold experiment with potentially massive implications. It aims for simplification, efficiency, and a healthier consumer market. But success depends on a lot of moving parts working smoothly together.
Precisely, Neerja. It's a significant change that could reshape the Indian economy. It's going to be very interesting to watch how it plays out.
Thanks for tuning in to Wingler. Visit optivai.com for more innovative products. Join us next time as we will explore the early results of GST 2.0 and its sector-specific impact. Until then, keep questioning, keep learning. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wingler. I'm Nirja Expressive.
And I'm Prabhat. Ready to dive into GST 2.0, Neerja?
Absolutely, Prabhat. Last time, we laid the groundwork. Now, let's delve deeper into the potential impacts and challenges of this significant economic reform.
Right. So, we talked about the simplification of tax slabs from 4 to primarily 2, with a new 40% bracket for luxury goods. But what does that asterisk really mean for the average Indian?
Well, for consumers, it's about more disposable income. Think about it, lower taxes on everyday essentials mean more money in your pocket for other things. That's a direct impact.
Exactly. And less confusion too. Remember those days of trying to figure out which GST rate applies to what? This simplification makes things much clearer.
And for businesses, this isn't just about lower costs, it's about efficiency. Simpler accounting, fewer disputes, it's a game changer for MSMEs especially.
Definitely. But the government also faces a trade-off. Lower taxes on many items mean a revenue loss. The hope is that increased consumption compensates for that.
It's a calculated risk. They're betting on stimulating demand. Lower prices lead to higher demand, more production, and potentially more jobs. It's a ripple effect.
And the long-term goal is to formalize the economy. Simpler GST makes it easier for informal businesses to come into the formal sector, expanding the tax base.
Absolutely. It's a bold move, aiming for a healthier, more resilient economy. However, challenges remain. What are some potential downsides we need to consider?
Well, businesses might not fully pass on the tax cuts to consumers. That would defeat the purpose. The government also needs to manage its revenue effectively. If lower revenue leads to cutbacks in essential services, that's a problem.
And we can't forget about inflation in input materials. If the cost of raw materials remains high despite the GST reduction, the benefits for businesses and consumers will be lessened. It's a multifaceted challenge.
Absolutely. The success of GST 2.0 depends on careful implementation, monitoring, and cooperation from all stakeholders. We'll have to wait and see how things unfold.
It truly is a bold experiment. It aims for simplification, efficiency, and a healthier consumer market, but success depends on many factors working together smoothly. Thanks for tuning in to Wingler. Visit optivai.com for more innovative products. Join us next time as we will explore the early results of GST 2.0 and its sector-specific impact. Until then, keep questioning, keep learning,